I've already done something for me. I'm happy to give, right? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Curiosity Class. Today, I want to talk about routines, specifically morning routines. So if you've existed on the internet at all in the last 10 plus years, morning routines are a super common idea. But I wanted to share a little bit about what mine and my wife's look like, and then hear from you all, because I don't know, I'm constantly on the hunt for new things to add and new ideas. And also feedback, because it's always kind of refining for different seasons of life. So let's get right into it. Starts off, my alarm goes off at 5:40 a.m. And this is all new. Like this is changed actually pretty recently. So the current setup in summer 2026 with a 13-month-old is as follows. Alarm goes off 5:40 a.m. Wake up, you do like bathroom things, brush teeth, put in contact lenses, etc. Start coffee. That's also key. And so we're kind of ready to take the first sip of coffee by like 5:55, give or take. From there, chug water and try to drink a lot of water, because I'm usually pretty thirsty from the night before. So chug a lot of water, and around 5:55 or so, go outside. My wife and I have it's kind of like a sunroom, I guess you could say. It's like an indoor-outdoor space. So it's a covered outdoor space off of our kitchen. And so we go and sit there in the morning and either read or do some sort of work. And it's really nice. And so we're kind of weird. We like don't really talk during this time. It's kind of our quiet time. And so we'll go and we'll sit and we'll do kind of our individual work. So traditionally I've used this time to read a book. And I've actually stopped reading as much recently. But I try to do some sort of like brain pursuit. So for the last 2 months or so, I've been learning how to code, taking like a coding course. And so it's really nice because it's still dark outside, and I put headphones in and I just kind of like lock in and try to use my brain for 30 to 40 minutes. And it's really nice. We're like drinking coffee, we watch the sunrise, we're together, but we're not really talking. This is our what we do. So then at 6:30 or so, we're both available such that when our son wakes up, we're able to go get him. So it varies. Like, you know, everyone with kids will know that what time they wake up is kind of a crapshoot. So it's anywhere between, you know, a range of like 6:30 to 7:15. So anywhere in that range. But by 6:30, we're ready to, ready for the day, so to speak. And we found that it's really, really, really nice to have time before our son wakes up for us. So just like take time to do the things that you want to do, even if it's just 30 minutes, even if it's 40 minutes, whatever it is. It's like that's huge. It makes the rest of the day so much better, because it's like, okay, I've already done something for me. I'm happy to give, right? And who knows? People with multiple kids are probably listening to this, being like, enjoy it while you can. Like, I'm sure it changes a ton as your family grows. But for us in this season of life, it works really nicely. And we notice that when we don't have that time, like if we think, oh, I'm just going to sleep in for an extra half hour or so, at least for me, when I wake up and our son is crying, for example, if I wake up and he's already crying, I feel like I'm behind the 8 ball, like the entirety of the day. Like I'm just like, oh man, I'm just always trying to catch up, as opposed to being proactive. Like I'm being reactive instead of proactive. So it's super helpful, and we'll try, even if we go to sleep a little bit later than we'd like to, we try to still keep that wake time and morning time pretty sacred. So that's what it's looked like recently. Other kind of alternatives, like some mornings, instead of doing work, I'll go for a run at that time. And it's a really great way for me personally just to wake up, because it's like you don't really know what you're doing for the first 10 minutes anyways. So you kind of get a free, like I'm a pretty slow runner, so I get like free most of a mile without really realizing it. So that's been really nice. And then I get back, and by 6:15, you've done your workout for the day, and it feels amazing. So that takes us to wake up time for our son. Then we'll go get our son around 7-ish, anywhere from 6:30 to 7:15. Wake him up, and then it's kind of just, get him dressed, feed him breakfast time, eat something ourselves, and that can vary. And then depending on the day, my wife will either take our son to daycare or she'll go to the gym, and I'll take him to daycare. And so, depending on who's doing drop off that day, we start our work days anywhere from 8 to 9 a.m. So pretty short-ish morning routine, but it's something that I think we both really enjoy and we get a lot out of. And I'll be interested. Like, I'm almost done with this coding course, for example, so I'm interested, and I actually don't know what I'm going to do next. If I'm going to go back to reading because I really enjoy reading, or do some sort of other work type, like mental studying, mental exercises. I don't know. So I'm actually very curious. I would also love to hear from everyone else. What does your morning routine look like? And how do you think about the morning? Some of you might not be morning people, etc., but that's okay. How do you do your mornings? One of my best friends used to be a non-morning person and used to be like, dude, if I have to be somewhere at 9, I wake up at 8:47, roll out of bed, put water in my hair, brush my teeth, and I'm out the door. Like, what do you mean? Why would I wake up? So, I love hearing how different people do the mornings. Back in the day, I think in circa 2020, pre-kids, I was a little bit of a crazy person. It was during COVID, or it was actually right before COVID. I would wake up at like 4:30 and do like a full workout and like come home and like drink coffee and read for an hour and then sit down at my desk, and it was like 7 a.m. And that was the best feeling. I think if I didn't need more sleep, I think that's what I would do every day, because there is no better feeling in the world than uh, waking up before the sun, doing a hard workout, drinking coffee and reading with and also at the time there was these beautiful trees and this like amazing deck that we had. And I shared a house with a bunch of guys, and like sitting coffee outside, reading a book, sitting down at your desk, and it's 7 a.m. Like, you've done more in your day than most people have in their entire day, and it's only 7 a.m. And then you like hit the day hard, and it's pretty unbelievable. The other side of that coin is I get really tired at like 8 p.m. So it wasn't much of a way to have a life, but it felt very, very, very good. So this feels, my current routine is a little bit more, I hope, balanced, and hopefully more sustainable, because I do feel like we're pretty religious on sleep. Like, we go to bed around 9 to 10. So, that's anywhere from 7.5 to 8.5 hours of sleep every night. So definitely trying not to sacrifice sleep, because that is super, super important. But anyways, that is the morning routine in our household. So feel free to drop a comment on what your morning routine looks like. Hit me up if you want to share your morning routine with me, and I'm always looking for suggestions or additives. So please let me know. That's it for now. I'll see y'all next week. Bye, everybody.